Beats here from Popternative, live at the Chinese theaters at Screamfest with producer Louis Spring about Scared Shitless, U.S. premiere tonight here in L.A. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see a familiar Canadian face here.
Absolutely.
I'm happy. The Canadian represent.
Yeah, absolutely. And our films are premiering tonight together.
I could not be more excited for
Producers just kind of do everything. We run around and everything. This is a fun movie, so I can't even imagine producing a movie like this. What was the experience like for you?
Oh my God, man. It was such a crazy film. We only had 15 days to shoot it, which is pretty short. And it had, it had prosthetics, it had a creature, it had stunts, it had blood, it had gore, it had actors that we had to bring in from Los Angeles and everything like that. So it was a lot to kind of squeeze into a very short period of time. But ultimately it was a blast. Yeah. I mean, I would say, the fact that I still have all this hair is a surprise to me because of how stressful it was. It probably took a couple years off my life, but it was a great learning experience. Yep. And ultimately it was so much fun, man. And I made some connections that I'll have forever,
I mean, of course it was stressful. You dealt with toilet monsters.
I'll never look at a toilet the same way.
It's spooky season. It's such an amazing time for the genre horror movies.
Yeah.
How exciting is it for you to be a filmmaker, producer on a horror film at a time when there's such an appetite for the genre?
It's very exciting because the horror fans I'm coming to find, going to all these festivals and meeting fans and reading on Letterboxd and hearing from people on Twitter and stuff like that, horror fans are really committed. They're really dedicated. They really love the genre. Yep. And they just give themselves over to it entirely. And so to be able to make movies that I love for an audience that I know appreciates it is very fulfilling.
Absolutely. I was talking to Vivieno, your director, about this. Yes, it's a horror movie. It's got some really freaky moments, but it's a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Was that something that you talk about a lot? I mean, it's a horror movie, it's a comedy, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
that's the goal, right?
I will say this: when we were talking about what kind of movie do we want to make, when we were working on the script and our writer Brandon, we went through a lot of drafts, man. I mean. Double digit, maybe triple digit drafts, just trying to get it better and better and better. Yep. And the whole time we were just thinking, let's make a movie that we would want to watch. Yep. Let's make a movie that makes us feel like kids again. Gory, but not too gory, and fun and entertaining and, and not too disturbing. So ultimately we just set out to, make a movie that we would want to sit down and watch, with a beer and some pizza or something like that. And I hope that we accomplish that.
So much fun. I have seen it.
I'm glad you have. I'm glad you have.
It's a good time.
Yeah, I'm happy.
It's kind of stressful at times.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're just kind of I don't know, it's like, are the toilets safe, right?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, when we're telling people the concept for this movie, a lot of people said, oh my God, that's my worst fear. So I think there's a universal fear of people sitting down on the toilet and not necessarily know. You're very exposed. You're very vulnerable. Yep. And maybe if you interview with the writer, which you should, he said the whole idea came from working on construction sites and being in porta potties and being worried that, maybe there was some kind of critter in there or something that was going to pop up. So that was the origin of the idea. So I think everybody kind of has that fear, and we're just tapping into that.
Absolutely. Amazing festival run already and continues to do it. Congratulations and good to see you, man.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Absolutely. I'm excited to see yours too.
Thank
really
you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.